Hi everyone, welcome to my 36-week pregnancy vlog. Today I am 36 weeks and 4 days pregnant. It's funny, I've filmed this already, but my phone did a random thing where it just like cancelled out of it when I was 14 minutes in. So let's just hope that doesn't happen again. We've had a really great week. Just chilling here at the house. We got to go back to school. Lockdown is over here in South Australia because everyone stayed home, which is great. Go South Aussies. We said goodbye to Isaac this week, which was really sad, bittersweet, but I was really happy for him because he gets to go and have all these amazing adventures. He's going back to see his mum and his stepdad and his best friends and just have the rest of the summer in America. So I was really happy for him too. And he's been with us for 2.5 months. So we've had a really nice long stint with him. It's just a pity that timing wise, he didn't get to be here for the baby, but that's fine. He will meet her in very good time. So I have been doing, this has been the week of starting induction methods slowly, because obviously I don't want to go too hard with them because I'm only 36 plus 4. I'll show you some of the things I've been doing. Evening primrose oil. You get a capsule of this at night time. I prick a hole in here, insert it all the way up, as high as you can get it. Then I've been eating these guys, these bad boys. Organic fresh medjool dates. I have my clary sage, which I've been mixing in with Bayo, which is Sarah's company, who I do Your Zen Mama with. Sarah has an organic, beautiful like baby line, and it's all oils and face balms, and it's just gorgeous. So I mix in a little bit of Bayo and I put some drops of this on and I rub it into my belly. I also put this in the bath. Been eating pineapples, exercising every day. Want to check out my rings today? Oh God, there we go. Almost finished. I would say that's the number one thing I've been doing consistently is every day without fail. I do 30 minutes of exercise with an average heart rate of about 145 beats per minute. So getting kind of breathless, but not going too hard. I've been walking, we've got 10 acres of land here, so I've been walking up the hill a lot with the dogs, and I circle down and around the property, go down to the dam, do a light little jog, go back up to the top of the hill again, spike my heart rate, come back down to the trampoline, which is at the end of our big stretch of grass out the front here. And then I find that I can do a light jog on the trampoline around in a circle, around and around. And it's like a very light jog, but it's so much easier on my knees than actually doing that on the grass. Because obviously when you're on a trampoline, it's kind of like springing you, so you don't have that same kind of impact. So I've been finding that really great. I listen to, excuse me, a true crime podcast while I do that. So I stick my phone in my sports bra and I listen to my true crime podcast and I do my little running. I do that for 30 minutes and then I come inside. I've still got this dang cough left over from the cold I had a month ago. It's been harder to kick it, I think, because I'm pregnant and everything goes into the baby. So I've been really trying to just take care of myself, eat healthy, try and get enough sleep. The other thing that my Apple Watch does is it tracks your sleep. So it tells you how long it takes for you to fall asleep and how disrupted your sleep was. Oh, and this week we tried to put Poet into the boys' room. So sleeping with the boys, her and Forrest sharing a little bed together because they want to sleep together. Last night it went really well. So it was the first time we did it, leaving it so last minute since the baby's meant to be here any minute. But it was really successful. She loved sleeping with Forrest. She slept in that room with them the whole night. And so that's kind of the first time she's ever slept away from us. And it was really weird to wake up and not have her in the bed with us. It felt weird. It felt a bit sad. But she's been asking to sleep with them, and she's been asking for her own big girl bed, and we've set her up a little bed in here in our bedroom. But I think she wants to have a body next to her because she wakes up in the middle of the night and climbs into bed. And obviously when we have the baby's going to be in here in the snoo, but then oftentimes we'll have the baby do the big long first stretch in the snoo, which is typically 6 or 7 hours. If we're lucky, depends on how well this baby sleeps. And then I pull the baby out, breastfeed the baby, and then we co-sleep for the rest of the night. So I do sort of a hybrid of co-sleeping and then always room sharing. We always room share with our babies, but and then the snoo. So we just felt like, all right, this is what we did when Poet was coming. We moved Forrest, who was exactly the same age, into bed with Bodhi. And they slept really well together. And they've only just stopped sleeping together, Bodhi and Forrest, because they loved sleeping together. And now Forrest is like, I get to sleep with Poet. So that's been really sweet. We worked on that this week. Just plenty of just prep stuff, like really mentally prepping myself. I didn't see her, but I spoke to the doctor who's taking care of Bubby right now. And she said that by next Thursday when I see her, I'll be 37 plus 2. We will know if the baby has inherited the antigen from Mark. So if the baby has and she tests positive, the recommendation is between 37, which I'll already be, and 38 weeks. And I was like, is that 38 weeks plus 4, 38 weeks plus 5? She was like, no, the recommendation is like 38 weeks flat. The reason being, once you hit 36 weeks, which I am now, the scans that they take, they look at the MCA Dopplers just to check baby and see if baby's anemic. Those scans become inaccurate after 36 weeks. So essentially, anytime after 36 weeks when you have an alloimmunization pregnancy, it starts to get into this uncharted territory where you can't fully rely on anything to tell you how well the baby's doing in terms of anemia. You can have scans for growth and for amniotic fluid and just to make sure that your pregnancy is healthy, and you can do non-stress tests, all that sort of stuff. But in terms of the specific anemia factor, you're no longer able to be monitored. So that's why that's the global recommendation. After Thursday, she might give me the news that the baby tests negative. If that's the case, then home birth is on. She can come whenever she wants. I can stop doing any of these induction things and prepping my cervix and all that sort of stuff. I'm just doing my vlog, Bubba. So Thursday, I'm going to have all of the information. I'm going to know what this looks like. Am I headed into just having a regular home birth and letting the baby come on her own? Or am I going to have to help to bring her along? Obviously, the end goal is happy baby, healthy baby. However the baby comes, I'm embracing that. I've completely liberated myself from any sort of expectation surrounding her birth, aside from just ending up with a healthy baby. So however that looks, I can only do my best. I'm trying my hardest with all the induction stuff, but also being respectful of the process and not doing it too fast. I've chilled out on the red raspberry leaf tea, which made me sick last week. So I was thinking of starting that up again once I hit 37 weeks and sort of doing a more potent dosage of that. And right now, my cervix is in a posterior position, so it hasn't come forward yet, but everything's really soft. I'd say I'm about 2 centimeters dilated when you have had lots of babies. I know what to look for. I've lost some of my cervical plug, which is all just positive signs that we're heading in the right direction. The body's getting ready. I can feel every time I exercise that she's dropping down further, and she sort of hits that cervix and you get that pain. But I know, like, every time that happens, I know, like, oh, this is bringing my baby closer to me. This is softening the cervix. This is preparing my body for labor. And it's exciting. I can feel that the relaxin hormone is working. My back is a bit sore. My feet are feeling sore. I'm just like, everything's a bit looser. I can just feel like I can just feel my body kind of getting ready. And it just is definitely, I'm like getting a bunch of those signs, knowing that, all right, in the next couple of weeks, my baby will probably be here. So that's all the really exciting stuff going on. I'll show you my belly. I'm in my pajamas and I've got sort of sore like hips. Ugh. And I'm definitely in that waddly stage. Okay, here's the belly. Whoop. Look how big she's getting. There we go. That's the front side. Still like not a dark linea nigra. I don't know if I said that right. I really was expecting that to end up getting a lot darker, but it never has. My melasma has made up for it though. Oh my God, there's so much of it. So yeah, I am feeling great. It's been a great week. Really pumped to just find out on Thursday. Is she positive? Is she negative? Then we can go into the game plan. What's that look like? I've been listening to a really good podcast called Evidence-Based Birth, and they have a whole natural induction series where they talk about like evening primrose oil and clary sage and dates, which I've been having. Oh my God, I've been having so many of these dates. They talk about sex, they talk about exercise, and it's all evidence-based. So they break down all these different studies that have been done. They even talk about castor oil, which is not something that I was considering because I've heard lots of mixed things about it. It can be very controversial. However, I did have a positive castor oil experience in my first labor when I had PROM, which is pre-ruptured membranes, which means your waters break and then you're supposed to go into labor, but I wasn't going into labor. So my midwife at the time was like, all right, take some castor oil with orange juice. Oh my God, I was in the bathroom for about 2.5 hours. Like, everything came out. But I will say, I don't know if it was that or the acupuncturist who came to kickstart labor, but it was maybe a combination of the two. My labor did start, and ultimately it ended up stalling sort of a day and a half later when I was 10 centimeters dilated. But it was, I sort of had a positive experience with castor oil. I think that would be a very, very, very last resort because of all the mixed information surrounding it. Some midwives swear by it, others say don't do it. The Evidence-Based Birth podcast sort of broke down some of the myths surrounding like babies passing meconium, and it was interesting just to listen to the science behind it and the studies. So I don't want to do that because that makes me feel sick, and I think that would be an extreme last resort. But ultimately, I feel like I'm not going to need it. I can just tell that my body's like ramping things up with the combination of things that I'm doing. And I haven't even really gone full force with it yet either. I haven't been doing the red raspberry leaf tea every day. I haven't been doing any of the exercise balls, figure of eights. So there's still like a lot more I have to explore and dive into if I need to. But fingers crossed that won't be the scenario, and I'll get a phone call saying she's negative and you can just have your birth the way you envisioned it. Anyway, guys, that's it from me this week, and I will have a big update for you next week at my 37-week pregnancy vlog. All right, sending love to you all. Bye.